That's it, the car's in the garage again, and you're on the stick again. Good morning guys, hope you're all doing well. It's another cold morning, but it's not as cold as yesterday because we had snow on the ground, and as you can quite clearly see, that's melted. But apparently there might be more on the way, I don't know. Anyway, today's video is going to be a bit of a sad one. I have the sad news to tell you that Joe's dog Jess passed away last Thursday. She was 14 years old, she's constantly on medication, she was diabetic, and the vet, when they took her in, said that her heartbeat was beating way too fast. Oh, lorry. Nearly got run over. The vet said that Jess was in a heck of a lot of pain. There wasn't really much they could do about it. Of course, Joe and Pete didn't want to have her put down there and then, so they took her away, and you know, later on in the day the choice was made that it was the most humane thing to do, so they took her in. I got a text message off Joe, but I got it just as I set off from work, so I thought, well, I'll just read it when I get home. You know, I'm not one of those people who reads text while they're driving. I got home, saw the news, and I phoned her up, talked about it, and as soon as I put the phone down I started getting a little bit upset, which is understandable because I treat Jess like one of my own. And I'm going to talk about some of the memories today, and I'm going to show some footage because since I started making videos I've been filming her as well, so I can show some of them. Are you guys wobbling all over? You must be, because I'm holding the lead, Harley's pulling me because this hand's hurting now. Anyway, I want to tell you my favourite memory of Jess, and it happened I think just before I started making videos, or making vlogs. It was me, Joe and Pete in car, and of course Jess. We were going to Joe's brother's house. He'd just moved into this house and we were going to stay for the night, and it was all the way in Lincoln. One particular moment we were 2 miles away from where we needed to be. Jess had just got off my knee onto Pete's knee, and all of a sudden Pete's going, "No!" We're like, "What's the matter?" Jess couldn't hold it in anymore, she started pooping all over him. Joe had to stop the car because she was laughing that hard. I was in hysterics in the back seat because she'd just got off of my knee. So that was hilarious. And so when we got to John's house, Joe's brother, we were meeting his girlfriend's kids for the first time. Pete, he had to take his jeans off. He was in the midst of putting some of the jeans on that John was lending him when the kids walked in. That was just even more funny. Oh dear, she was such a character. Alright, I'll tell you some more stories when we get out of this area. It's full of vans and lorries. Oh, I've not walked this way in a long while. This walk's about a 2 miler, so I'm getting a bit of exercise. I actually debated on whether or not to run from the garage, but he needed his toiletries, so I decided to walk him. Still exercise. I've got another memory to tell you about Jess. I've actually got on video when I first started making Smeg Chris. By the way, I'm about to echo because I'm about to go through a subway like this. Actually, I can show you another memory before that, where I took Jess through a subway and I was singing to her on a vlog. Jessie! Jessie Cakes! She's like, please shut up. I used to annoy her a lot. But yeah, I was filming Smeg Chris 2 episodes while I was looking after her, and all I got her to do this. This is Jessie dog. I'm looking after her while my friends go gallivanting around the world. Say hello to YouTube, Jessie. Say hello. I'm only kidding, YouTube. You're so gullible. She's just a lovely little Yorkshire Terrier. She don't love me. You're not that clever. Oh crap!
But there is one last thing I'd like to mention before I go. It's about you humans scooping up our poop after us. What's that all about? I'm quite proud of my poop and I like to leave it on show, which is why I sometimes do it on my daddy's knee.
And the voice you're hearing is from Starfish, my cousin, who's also called Jessica. I did intend to have her in my videos again, but never got around to it. But around that time I was taking her out for a lot of walks. Taking Jessie for a walk. Oh, you don't want to see her doing that. The thing with Jess was, she was a rescue dog. When she was young, before Joe had her, she had a terrible time. The previous owners were very cruel to her. I'm not exactly sure of the detail. I think beating was one of them. So much in fact that when she got taken away, she had to start having medication because she was prone to fitting, as we witnessed a lot. And so when Joe got her, she was very precarious around other people. So yeah, when Jess first met me, she wasn't welcoming. She let me go near her, but she wouldn't let me touch her. She used to growl. But of course, because I was seeing Joe a lot, Jess was seeing me a lot, and she started warming towards me and she started letting me stroke her, until eventually, every time I showed up, she had to be on my knee. She was, you know, she loved me that much, and I genuinely loved her as well. That reminds me of a memory before she got that warm to me. I was around at Joe's house and we were drinking, and it got to that point where Joe just fell asleep. It's not because I'm boring, it's too much drink. And I thought, well, I can't just leave her sleeping on the table. In fact, if I remember right, she put some potato wedges into the oven and she fell asleep waiting for that. So I had to remove them out of the oven as well. So I proceeded to carry Joe up to her bedroom, and this was long before Pete was around. And all the way up, Jess was growling at me. I don't think she was barking because she'd have woke Joe up, but she was growling and snarling. And eventually I put Joe to bed. I'm like, right Jess, you can either stay there with your mum or you come downstairs with me. She stayed upstairs and I went and slept on the sofa. And I remember when she first met this guy, she wasn't very happy. In fact, I have that on video as well, where she just, for a few weeks, in fact, she didn't really accept him, but she adjusted to him. It was like we went to Scotland for a camping trip. No intention of coming back with a puppy, but I did. And Jess wasn't happy. She thought she was getting replaced, I think. But yeah, she had to be on medication all her life. She had to have tablets twice a day. And we had to sneak it in her treats, which sometimes she could tell that we had. And she'd like chew the sweet until she could feel the tablet and spit it out. So once or twice I've had to actually open her mouth and put the tablet in. She was a pest in that way. I have to say, holding you guys on the stick really hurts my hand. Yeah, I used to enjoy having Jess around at my house, getting to take her for all these long walks and what have you. She used to love it. Of course, as she's got on, that had got more difficult. In fact, that same camping trip where I picked Harley up, in fact the day that I bought him, we'd gone for a very long walk. I'd say after about 5 miles, Joe put her in a bag, a rucksack thing. When I say we're walking, one of us isn't. And then after that we tried walking her again, but then she started fitting, so I decided to carry her back to the car in my arms, the rest, like the last mile or whatever it was. Hurt my back, but it was worth it. Okay guys, I have a spare battery for you, but your current one's flashing already. I think I need to get a new one. Wow, there's actually some snow still left. I reckon somebody built a snowman here, and this is the last of it. I think I'm right, because that looks like a carrot. Oh yeah, let me just show you a picture of him from yesterday. Unlike me, he loves the snow, as you can tell. Home now and the kettle is on. Took just about an hour to get home. And I'm all hot and sweaty now. Another memory of Jess is she used to spend an awful lot of time sat on this windowsill. If you remember, I used to have the couch here. She'd jump up there and then up there, and she'd just sit there admiring the world. Look at this pest. She's got muck all over my windowsill, and you don't even feel guilty, do you? Nope. And you know, she didn't bark or growl at anybody when they walked past. She just watched them, unless of course it was a postman. Then she was like "Arr, arr." Because she had this thing where as soon as the post came through the letterbox, not here but at Joe's old house, and as soon as the post came through, she'd go running for it and start tearing it up. Which annoyed Joe. I mean, it's okay when it's bills, but when it's other things, no. It was funny. Okay, so now I've got to wait for my phone call to say my car's had its service. That could take a few hours. So I think I have time for something to get in my eye and to play a bit of Fallout 4. It's just past 3 o'clock and I've still not had my phone call yet. Anyway, I spent the last few hours not just playing Fallout 4 the entire time, but I've actually been looking through my list of videos that I've made over the years. And I mean all my videos, not just YouTube videos. I just keep a list of absolutely everything that I've ever filmed. And what I've been doing is I've been going through the list and watching snippets of videos and what have you to find... I'm sorry, there's this guy, he's just walking past, looking at my window. He was looking very intently into my house. Anyway, what was I saying? About looking at videos, right, snippets and yada yada. Because I've been trying to find footage of Jess when I've had her with me or whatever, and I've decided that I'm going to make a little montage. I'm sure it's going to be little. I can't see it being that long, but I mean, I've not been able to watch every single video because that'd take months. So I've just put a little collection together that I'm going to show you guys now. Now I've got a bather. Jess, get out at water. And she sits in it. No, come on, you were doing it. You were doing a moonwalk. Go on. She was doing a Michael Jackson impression, then doing a moonwalk. Come on. See you do it again. She's like, I don't know what you're talking about. Jess. Hello. Say hello. She's just like, no, get my good side, get my good side. I want my good side. You want your good side? That's this side. I'm kidding.
His name is Heston Bloom and something. I've done all the others. You have the last bit of dock and that's it. You have the last bit of dock and then that's it. Let me get you the dock.
Dun, dun, look who's here.
No, not me.
What's the matter? Don't you like this camera?
Just as I'm tired after my walk this morning.
Yeah, look at her. She's so clean.
Shiny.
She's been in the shower. Get that camera out of my face. He's just took it out, look at him. Have you stopped being jealous yet, Miss Jessica? Hmm? Trouble's here. Just tell him! Tell him! Tell him who's boss. I've got her for 2 weeks. I've let him off the leash and let him run about, and somebody's interested. Yeah. Wow, Jess has just gone running out to him. This might be a sign of things to come. His bike, his bike. She wants to play. Look, see, this is what she does. Rolls around, and now he's going to do the same. There we go. See, he's learning off her. Stop it! Don't do that! Don't do that! Don't do that! You bad influence, you. Ooh, that's fighting talk, that. Oh, you've just spotted me filming you, have you? Ha caught ya. Is somebody at the door? Somebody at the door? Oh, look at this! Yeah, I'm gonna miss her. Half an hour later, I've had my phone call. I'm gonna go fetch my car. Well, the car is back on the drive, and it sounds a lot better, and things feel a little bit tighter and stuff. I don't know, maybe I'm imagining that, but I do know one thing's for certain. I had to realign the seat again, and then the mirror. Ugh, I don't know. But it's time for me to sign off now, because I've got a shift to work tonight. Yeah, that's right. Yep, I'm on nights again. I know it's been a bit of a sad video, but I just wanted to do something to remember Jess. And this is what I've come up with. I'm gonna go. I'll talk to you guys when I do. But until then, peace out.